Hello, everyone. This is Emmanuel, and for this podcast, I'm going to talk about how people can have a successful long distance, non romantic relationship or long distance friendship. With me today, I have Ann Jones, who has been in a long distance friendship for over 15 years. She's going to share how she and her friend have managed to have a successful long distance friendship. So, hello, Ann. Thank you for being on the podcast today.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so tell us about your long distance friendship. How did it start? How did you manage to maintain your friendship for so long?
Okay, so my friend, her name is Alvina, and we have been friends for over 20 years actually. But 15 of those years, we have been in a long distance friendship. For the first 5 years, we were in a geographically close friendship because we both lived in Tuskegee at the time. We met at church, and our friendship just kind of developed from there. So at some point, we went into what's called a prayer partnership. So we started having a closer relationship and close conversations about family matters and different things that were close to heart. So there was a foundation there for us where we had a genuine concern for each other. And so while we were in the geographically close friendship, we of course would see each other, 2 or 3 times a week. And of course, shared birthdays and cards and Christmas gifts and things like that. But when I moved away, what happened then was just that, we didn't see each other. We may see each other 2 times in a year versus where we had been seeing each other 2 or 3 times a week. But what we did do is we continued the conversations that we would have. We would just use current technology, texting, phone calls. We exchanged gifts through the mail and things like that. So the friendship continued, but we just used different means of communicating and sharing with each other in terms of gifts and things like that.
Wow, okay, that's interesting. So, researchers Pistole, Roberts, and Chapman researched relationship maintenance and concluded that the behavior of people in geographically close relationships can be different than the behavior of people in long distance relationships. So, and you said that your relationship with Alvina was geographically close for a while before you moved and made it long distance. Were there behavior changes with you two after you moved away?
I wouldn't characterize them as behavior changes in the sense that, our friendship didn't really change in any way. The only thing that changed was that we just didn't have the face to face, contact with each other. But the genuine concern that we had for each other continued. Our communication with each other continued. Again, like I said, we just used technology rather than seeing each other at church where, like we had done when we were geographically close. And, of course, we text and do things like that. So the friendship really continued at about the same level. The only thing that really changed would have been just that we don't see each other in that face to face contact where we had done in terms of the geographically close relationship.
Okay. Well, our time is about to run out for today's podcast, but I do want to thank Anne for being on my podcast today and sharing her experience with us.
Well, I'm glad to be here. Hope it helps somebody.
All right, so just to summarize all of what was said, I would say that it is possible to have a successful long-distance friendship, and that the best way to maintain the friendship is to have a foundation of genuine concern for the other person and to have good communication. Thanks for joining me. Have a good day.